Aloha, I'm McKenna Mazzulli. Welcome back for the third edition of PTC TV at PTC'23. If you missed the first two programs, please visit ptc.org/PTC'23. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to our PTC'23 Diamond sponsor, Mobi. Thank you for your generous support. To register or to pick up your PTC badge and registration materials, visit the registration booth located in the Coral Lounge on the 6th floor of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center. Registration is open every day starting at 8 a.m. Remember to bring a valid form of photo identification to claim your registration badge and materials. Returning for PTC'23, the exciting Lightning Talks, with fast-paced 10-minute talks, tutorials, debates, and presentations on key industry topics. Get charged up with these bite-sized sessions on Monday and Tuesday in the PTC Hub. Hello, everyone. Here's what's happening today. I have Zhao Lima here. Big week for PTC. Who'd you see yesterday?
I saw a lot of people, but I think an important thing yesterday was that it was quite a positive day. There was a lot of positivity and good energy coming out of the conference because we've been focused on a lot of the challenges, so horsepower sessions and all that. But I think what you got out of the session, especially with Mark Genzie's session, was that, yes, things are not great at the moment, but we can navigate this. This is not as bad as it was in 2001, 2008. And the industry is, safe is the wrong word, but the industry is stylish enough to kind of navigate things nicely and really long into the long term. There was another positive message that came out of all the conversations yesterday, was that people are not just now looking into the next 2-5 years. We are now talking about 20-30 year segments and how to really build the future of digital infrastructure, which clearly remains a very attractive asset for investment for both building and acquisitions and all that, despite the recession that's looming. I mean, we can't just turn a blank eye on that, but I came out of it thinking it's probably not as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
You were talking a lot yesterday about regulations. Tell me what you learned about that.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot of interesting stuff in there and a lot of geopolitics playing into this, and especially within the fiber and subsea space. It was very interesting. I went to a breakfast yesterday, which was very, very interesting. They made some really key points, and I have to read some of this around the globalization and protectionism, and then how this cannot be done by regulators. So whilst we're talking about regulations that are coming in, the industry still has a bit of a window frame that can go in and try and help them understand what's happening. Because once you regulate it, then the whole innovation is going to get very behind. So this has to be done with critical thinking and skills and technological skills. And this is where the industry can play a role. I think another interesting thing as well was that some countries, for instance, in the Middle East, we look at Kuwait, they don't regulate some of the big players like Google and Meta and all that, but they still accept them to come into the country. So there's a bit of a paradox playing there, which some subsea players are winning on that. But at the same time, you cannot really build the full economy. But that's very interesting because also what's happening within that space is that you see in countries that, I don't know, even 5-10 years ago, and certainly 100 years ago, they will not collaborate with each other, namely Israel and Egypt, for instance. And now they are allowing digital infrastructure to be deployed between borders. So that's massive, not just for the industry, but it's massive, historically massive, because you have rivals that have been around for thousands of years fighting each other, and digital infrastructure is kind of closing the borders. And then, of course, sovereignty, data protection, and being independent of other nations is driving a lot of demand. But an interesting aspect that someone mentioned yesterday was that that's also driving a lot of cross-border demand. So even though there's all this data protectionism where people are trying to impose laws within their borders, that's actually now creating a new market segment, which is, well, but we still need to communicate with another country. If you have a driverless car, you can't stop at the border of France to go into Belgium. That car needs to continue to drive. And of course, the EU is easier because we have the EU, but just give an example of a border. So it was interesting to see there's a new industry segment, not industry, but industry segment being born out of regulation. So again, digital infrastructure is beautiful, and the challenges become opportunities very quickly. And the PTC took 24 hours to have another opportunity.
Who are you looking forward to seeing today?
I mean, there's quite a few. So you've got a big CEO panel, and I mean, all of them have been doing quite amazing stuff. So, and I'm going to name, if you've got CEO of EdgeConneX, Randy Brookman. I mean, EdgeConneX, massive company. They are backed by equity. They're expanding in every continent on the planet. You've got Bruno Lopez, CEO of STT Global Data Centers. They are rumored, so he's not confirmed yet, but they are rumored to be looking at an IPO. so which could give the company a market capitalization of about $5 billion, which is a massive thing into account that these businesses did not exist 10 years ago. So this is a very fast-moving, paced industry. You've got Andrew Power, who's now the CEO of Digital Realty. So he was named CEO literally like 2-3 months ago, probably less than that, I think. It was actually maybe December the 6th, I think. So this is the first time he's going to take to the stage at an event as CEO of Digital Realty, which is the second largest player in the world, the second most valuable data center REIT in the world after Equinix. So that's very interesting. You got Rangu Salgame from Princeton Digital Group. Princeton is backed by Mubadala. Mubadala is a giant in the financial world from the UAE. Princeton is expanding all over Asia and going to start to splur out a little bit to other geographies, which is going to be very interesting. They haven't announced it yet. And then that's all chaired by Madonna Park, so another RBC brain. She's really good at what she does. Yes, this is only one session. I mean, there's a lot more. I mean, I'm not going to name it all, but you've got sustainability and digital infrastructure with Google, Oracle. You've got edge panels, fiber, ESG. And then the ESG panel is quite interesting because it's built with people that have very diverging opinions. So there's going to be a debate there. And I think it's just worth mentioning the Special Olympics because that's a success case story of a massive movement. So this is kind of an Olympics version of sports, and they're going to have their event this year in Berlin, and they're going through a massive digitalization and modernization, and it's all on the back of people at this conference and the digital infrastructure that the players here give them, and they're building something amazing with thousands of sportsmanship.
Wow, look at that. All interesting stuff. Thank you so much for filling me in.
There's more. As always, there's more.
There's more. Well, that's what's happening today. Have a great day at PTC'23. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 Platinum sponsors. Thank you for your support. New for PTC'23, the Digital Infrastructure Partners gives C-suite leaders of digital infra firms the stage for a quick-fire session designed to acquaint others in the ecosystem with their firm operations, footprints, near-term objectives, and value propositions. Each session includes meet and greet opportunities. Do you have young professionals attending PTC'23? Be sure to review the PTC Beyond program and encourage them to attend. The PTC Beyond Committee seeks to empower the next generation of industry leaders and recognize up-and-coming young professionals at PTC'23, providing networking opportunities and panel discussions. Learn more at ptc.org/PTC-Beyond.
Hi, I'm Gary Kim. I'm the chairperson of PTC's Advisory Council, and with me today is Bill Barney, who's a long time, I think 45 years.
No, come on. 22 years, come on, be.
22-year member and very active member of the PTC. And in addition to all his other accomplishments, has recently been elected chairperson of the Board of Governors, which means he's the head honcho and the big kahuna. Bill, congratulations
Thank
first.
you, Gary.
And how are you seeing your agenda for the first year, at least?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm very excited, and it's a great honor to run this great show. But I think, PTC is in a great spot. And to be honest with you, this is the largest conference we've ever held in the history of PTC. So in all of our 45 years, we have more attendances.
And the most revenue we've ever made.
Most revenue we've ever made. But I think and these are exciting things, but obviously with conferences like this, we have to continue to evolve. And I think we had some great, my prior successor, Sean Bergen, actually brought in, we managed to get a new CEO in this year, so we have Brian Moon joining us, after Sharon Nakaba carried us for about 20 years in that position. So we've really kind of moved in a new direction. And what I like about Brian is he brings a lot of new ways of looking at things. He's been very active in social media. He's doing a lot more in terms of looking at how we can expand the conference. And so I think it's at a great time, new CEO, and a chance for us to kind of transform PTC into a new direction. And I'm excited to be part of that with him as part of his team.
And is this your second stint as chairperson? Or is
No, it's my first stint.
Wow.
I've served the other positions. I've been the CFO, the secretary, and the vice president, but this will be my first one as the chairman.
Yeah, and sure to be a non-controversial chairman, let me guess.
Well, we'll see. It's I think, one thing that's interesting is I just did a series of seminars where we talked to various CEOs, and I'll tell you, the one thing that I love about this conference is it's a community. It's not necessarily just a conference. It's where people come together to learn and to teach each other and to collaborate. And I think one of the great things about our industry is the fact that it is based on collaboration. And there are very few conferences in the world where people get together, they're relaxed, they can have talks about the big issues and find ways to work together to solve problems. And I think, we've managed to stay alive for 45 years. I don't think there are any conferences out there that have had the success that we've had over that period of time. And I think it largely comes down to the fact that we're not about profits. We're about actually collaborating. We're about learning. We're about how do we, work together as a group, and how do we actually come out of here as better executives after 4 or 5 days. And I think it's what we want to do is continue to do that into the future.
I guess I'd also add that we're unusually in Ohana, a family. And that makes it really different in terms of how it feels.
Yeah.
It's not just a trade show.
No, it's not a trade show. And it's the relationships have been going on for some cases 20, 25 years. And the great thing I like about the folks that come here is they embrace the new people coming in. Years ago it was all just about carriers, and now you've got technology people coming in. We have private equity people here. We have investment bankers. And, it's a community that actually embraces new people, embraces change, and actually moves in that direction. And I'm really excited about this, to be here for a year to just help and hopefully help transform, because we are in a new age, right? COVID changed the way conferences work. We were afraid that people were never going to come back to conferences, and reality is they have, and they're coming back. But the fact that people were able to join conferences remotely, how do you integrate that into, how you run your conference going forward? How do you bring people in that can actually make it to Hawaii, but actually can participate? And how do we make this work year round? And so there's a lot of things that we're going to do, I think, to enhance the conference now that we're sort of out of the COVID stage and back into sort of business as usual. So
Great.
We're very, very excited about the future.
Exciting, Bill. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
And thanks for watching PTC TV.
Connecting with the PTC community is easy. Follow PTC on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Join the conversation online and use hashtag PTC'23. We can't wait to see what you're learning, who you're meeting, or the great fun you're having. Join your fellow PTC'23 attendees in the central gathering place of the conference, the PTC Hub. In addition to featuring PTC'23 exhibitors, the PTC Hub will have meeting cubicles and tables, session coffee breaks, conference lunches, a professional headshot station, laptop stops, literature racks, and more. The PTC Hub is open to the public Sunday through Wednesday, located in Coral Ballrooms 3, 4, and 5 of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center. Access the PTC Hub by presenting your PTC'23 badge or by providing a business card at the entrance. Come learn, meet, and network with conference attendees in the PTC Hub. Help us commemorate with purpose by joining us Tuesday evening for the PTC Awards 2023. Not only will you be celebrating your industry peers, PTC Awards 2023 is one way to support PTC's outreach initiatives. This fundraiser honors leaders and companies in their efforts to improve the connection and communication among people and firms in the Pacific region. To purchase tickets, please visit the PTC'23 registration area or ptc.org/awards. Tickets may also be purchased at the door. Digital Realty, Paul Hastings, and Telstra invite the women of ICT to reconnect with their peers, discuss the initiatives and activities of the PTC women's community, and get involved. The PTC Women's Reception will be held on Tuesday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Mix Bar on the second floor Ali'i Pool Terrace in the Ali'i Tower. We look forward to seeing you there.
Introducing Astound Business Solutions. To stay competitive in today's business world, you need an astounding network and partner. Astound Business Solutions delivers high-capacity enterprise fiber connectivity in more than 400 cities, with dedicated local experts available 24/7 to support the secure, reliable advanced solutions you need for mission-critical systems. Stay connected with your teams, your partners, with the world. With Astound.
Did you know that PTC is a global, nonprofit membership organization that works year-round to advance the ethical development and use of information and communication technologies, ICT, to improve the quality of life in communities throughout the Pacific region? Learn more at ptc.org/outreach-initiatives. Start your morning at the Power Women Breakfast Series featuring a lineup of the industry's leading ladies. Sponsored by Arcadian Infracrom, this breakfast will be held in Tapa Tower, Honolulu 1 on Monday and Tuesday mornings. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the generous contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 Gold sponsors. Thank you for your support. The PTC Academy is back again for 2023. Stay tuned for more details on this year's courses. The PTC Academy is now accredited for continuing education thanks to a partnership with Subtel Forum. Visit ptc.org/academy to learn more. Be sure to join us in Tapa Ballrooms 2 and 3 for PTC'23 Center Stage sessions for all the keynote sessions exploring digital transformation across our industry. Stop by the PTC membership table at the Coral Lounge for an opportunity to win a fabulous prize and learn more about PTC membership benefits. The PTC membership table will be open from Sunday through Tuesday, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. The PTC webinar series, Frictionless Business, will return in 2023 with senior industry leaders sharing perspective on how businesses can operate more efficiently. Stay tuned for more information about the 2023 PTC webinar series at ptc.org/ptc-webinar-series. The PTC mobile app and online platform provides a way to connect with our online attendees, including messaging and meeting scheduling, along with all the key information about the annual conference. Download the PTC mobile app to learn more about the conference program, sponsors, locations of meeting suites, to connect and message with PTC'23 attendees, and much more. Current PTC'23 registrants should have received an email with instructions on how to easily access the PTC mobile app and online platform. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 silver sponsors. Thank you for your support. Aloha everyone, welcome to PTC TV. I'm your host, McKenna Maduli, here now with the CEO of Mobi, Justin Burdett. Exciting day for you. Tell me what's going on for you.
We are doing a keynote session on the center stage at 11:25 a.m. this morning, where we have a lot of exciting news to share with everyone here at PTC.
Tell me more.
So we've been working on a new mobile core network that's entirely cloud-based, so not the monolithic legacy cloud core that we've been operating in for quite some time now. And that will make a lot of new things possible. It changes our economics a fair bit so we can do wireless more affordably for our customers. And we can also bring a lot of new innovative services and features directly to our customers.
And there's something particularly happening here in Hawaii that you're excited to announce, right?
Yes, I guess we can hint at some things. So we are going to be using CBRS spectrum here in Hawaii. So we're announcing a partnership today at 11:25 a.m., but you guys are getting a sneak peek, to a partnership with Federated Wireless to be able to do 150 megahertz of spectrum here in Hawaii to expand high-speed broadband access to areas where it's not currently available, and to increase coverage and reliability and speed for our customers today.
Very cool. That's so exciting. Tell me what else we can share with everyone for PTC'23.
We've got a lot of other things to talk about this morning. We are also going to be announcing some new rate plans, some things that we're doing on wireless connectivity, accessibility, affordability, and a couple of additional partnerships that we're really excited to talk with folks about.
Wow, very good. Big day. Tell everybody what time they can see you.
11:25 a.m. on the center stage, which is in the Tapa Tower.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being our diamond sponsor of PTC'23, as well as our sponsor for PTC TV.
Thank you so much.
A very special mahalo to the 2022 PTC Board of Governors for their year-round leadership and support. PTC'23 is made possible in part by the contributions of our sponsors. Mahalo to each of the PTC'23 brand sponsors. Thank you for your support. Get ready to run, lace up your shoes, and join your fellow PTC'23 attendees for a scenic 3.1-mile run that begins at the Great Lawn of the Hilton Hawaiian Village. All proceeds from the event will support Make-A-Wish Hawaii in granting wishes for children with critical illnesses. Learn more at ptc.org/5K. Aloha everyone, this is your daily news for Tuesday, January 17th. Marcos Pego, CEO and co-founder of Scala Data Centers, will address the growth expectations for the data center sector and the presence of hyperscale customers in emerging markets, as well as the impact of ESG initiatives on the production chain and the use of alternative energy and smart solutions in data centers, among other subjects. Digital Edge, one of Asia's fastest growing digital infrastructure providers, and Zenlayer, a massively distributed edge cloud service provider, signed a memorandum of understanding during the PTC Annual Conference 2023 to jointly bring high-performance edge cloud services to East and Southeast Asia. Woman-owned business Brogob Solutions is revolutionizing the data center industry. Their tagline, quote, "That was easy," describes the integrated sourcing partner's mission to provide effective and efficient customer service from quote request to installation. Involta announces the appointment of Carl Gordelik as the Chief Financial Officer. Gordelik is a seasoned and long-serving finance team member who played a critical role in Carlyle's 2022 acquisition of the company. Involta's leadership team has tasked Gordelik with managing the infusion of funds resulting from the Carlyle investment. He has played an integral role leading Involta's growth. Global Secure Layer, Australia's leading IP transit and DDoS company, announced the signing of a significant 100 gig subsea commitment on PC1 North Cable between Seattle and Tokyo. During PTC'23 in Hawaii, Console Connect and Blue Jeans by Verizon signed an agreement to explore joint opportunities to integrate the Blue Jeans video platform on the Console Connect SDN platform. The collaboration will help deliver an enhanced networking experience for Blue Jeans customers using Console Connect's high-performance global network as the beginning of a great collaboration. And that's your daily news. Mahalo to our year-round sponsor for their ongoing support. Wireless internet access is available throughout the Hilton Hawaiian Village at the following locations: Mid-Pacific Conference Center, Kalia Conference Center, Tapa Conference Center, Super Pool, Tapa Pool and Bar, and Starbucks. Wired and wireless internet access is also available in all Hilton sleeping rooms that were reserved in the PTC room block. Please check your email for your promotional code, which is also printed on your name badge. This code will be active during PTC'23 and is good for up to 5 devices. The PTC Secretariat is conveniently located in C Pro 3 on the 6th floor of the Mid-Pacific Conference Center. For assistance from a Secretariat member, please visit C Pro 3. PTC TV is brought to you by PTC'23 Diamond sponsor, Moby.
Aloha and welcome to Hawaii to PTC'23's main stage, where we're streaming this year's PTC TV in partnership with the Tech Capital. I'm Jean-Marc Lima, the editor of the Tech Capital, and here with me I've got two special guests, Mark Kenzie, CEO of Digital Bridge, as well as John Mauk, also the Senior Managing Director for Digital Bridge. Guys, thank you so much for talking to me. It's a pleasure seeing you here. How are you enjoying Hawaii so far?
Fantastic. It's a great spot to have a conference.
I mean, there's a lot going on in these corridors, and I know you've been really busy. And you had your keynote this morning as well, which was very interesting. And one thing that I was particularly interested was that you spin a lot of the negative narrative that we're having in the sector into sort of positive. So we have all this conversation around inflation, interest rates, market caps, debt is more expensive, power energy crisis. Of course, we have a war in Europe, unfortunately. But what message have you got for the markets at this stage, and how do you fight all that back?
Well, look, I think we spent most of last year talking about the things that could go wrong, and we put a series of things in place back in 2020 and 2021 to defend against the things that came in 22. So we weren't surprised. Interest rates, you can't do a lot about that, but we made a decision fundamentally as a firm to go out and place securitized debt in 2020 and 2021. We did almost $18 billion of securitized debt. We now have 75% of our debt across all of our companies is fixed debt that goes out 8 years, and I'd like to say we anticipated that. And so good investors, good operators anticipate change, and that was something that we felt like was coming because you could see that there was too much liquidity pumped into the system coming through COVID. I think when I was out talking publicly on Zoom during the pandemic, I was saying at some point the dinner bill is going to come and someone's going to have to pay for the dinner bill, and now we're paying for it in the form of higher interest rates. So that didn't surprise me. Look, inflation was a natural byproduct, once again, of the pandemic and a lot of liquidity coming into the system. But as we talked about this morning, we've seen this inflection point in data center rents back in 2021, where we see that 6% increase, and finally, after literally 4 to 5 years of the sector having no pricing power, we finally have pricing power again. And so rates have moved up, escalators are there, a lot of our costs are passed through to our customers. So we work in a sector that has actually, I would tell you, has pretty good inflation protection, and that was the same as it was in towers in 2001, it was the same in towers in 2008, and in data centers in 2008.
We hope you had a great experience returning to Waikiki for PTC'23. PTC isn't just a conference, so please visit ptc.org/join to learn more about PTC membership and our outreach initiatives. Mahalo to our leadership, members, sponsors, patrons, and all of you for your continuous support of PTC and another successful annual conference. I look forward to working together with all of you in the coming year. Thank you for watching PTC TV, and see you next year at PTC'24, January 21st through the 24th.